Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. And if you're new, think about hitting the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join our family. Today, I'm talking about the most important, okay, it's not the most important, but the best mail to me in the world. It's when we're going on a cruise and you get cruise mail to a Disney cruise. I love getting these. They're so exciting to get. It is your Disney information booklet with luggage tags, not the luggage tags for the airport, but luggage tags that you make sure is on your luggage before you hand it over to the porter so they know what cabin to get your luggage to. Now, Disney Cruise Line is one of the last cruise lines to still mail these out. Most other cruise lines will have yours emailed. Even the luggage tags you are expected to print and put onto your luggage. Disney, thankfully, because I love these things, is still doing it the old school when it comes to this information, as well as the luggage tags that you receive are still in here with adhesive on the back for you to attach. But we'll go over this whole booklet in depth. You will receive this booklet anywhere from 40 to 30 days out from your cruise. You will start seeing people in your cruise receive these. Sometimes it can take as close to 2 weeks before you cruise to get your book. So don't worry, it is on its way. So let's dive into it. Let's look at everything that is in our booklet. Okay, so I grabbed my old Halloween of the High Sea book so you could see what it looks like when it's a theme as well. This is the Halloween themed one. If it is a Merry Time, it has a Christmas theme. If it's Marvel, it has Marvel, and Star Wars is Star Wars. And then what I just showed you earlier is the traditional everyday cruise book cover. So let's go through what is in here. You have two options when you pick your book online. They have the full book or they have a condensed book. This is a full book, and there is a rumor that they are going to scale down on the paper on the books and only do a condensed book. But right now you can choose both. So let's go through what it is. So right on the front, says important information, and it has your passport information, and it talks about passports in the US because I'm the US and this cruise is leaving out of a US port. So it talks about the requirements, and if you need more information, it gives you ways to get more information. Now right here, there's a barcode for each of the people that are traveling. This is why we have two books. Me and one of my sons were in this one, and my husband and another son was in this, and they were connecting or joining and on this cruise. So if I have 4 people in this room, there will be 4 scan bars, and they scan these when you go to check in. Over here is a pocket where your luggage tags are, and it talks about what you do with the luggage tags. They are, I think I have a couple left. Yeah, here we go. So here they are, because we don't use, they give you 2 per person on these. Let me see if I have, no. They have 2 per person. They're adhesive, and it goes over exactly how to put it on the back. So it gives you the instructions, but basically you keep all of this strip on except for right here. You remove this portion, put it through your handle, and then you stick it. It has a barcode that they can scan. Let me turn around. It has the ship you're on, the room number. This time we were on inside cabins. It has the main person who booked. My name is too long, so it always cuts off the A. And then it has who the luggage belongs to, the date that you sail, and then another barcode so they can scan it. So this pocket right here is for the luggage tags. And they give you 2 per person. You can always get more at the port, so if something happens to these. It talks about please don't forget to put it on before you give it to the porter. And then the next page, it says welcome aboard, woo woo. Has whoever the main person who booked on the cabin's name on it. Excuse me. And it just says thank you for sailing, and it tells you what you're going to do. This was a 2-night that we did out of San Diego. We wanted to see what the Halloween of the high seas was like, so we started with the 2-night, and they're amazing. We try to do a Halloween each year, but one year we do want to try the Merry Time. It talks about what's inside the booklet, your official cruise documents. If you need help planning, it gives you some more information. And then it just says thank you and welcome aboard for an unforgettable vacation. On the other page, it is your contents. So we're going to go over the vacation checklist, your vacation overview, important extras, cruise documents, and thank you again. So here's a checklist that they give you. Now remember, this is the extended big version book. So it says here is some things that you might want to do. Review this booklet, so read everything in it. It talks about hours of operations if you need help to call. Complete your cruise documents and forms, which you should have already gone online and done your check-in process, because you have to check in online before you can book some of the activities that you would like to do on the ship. Talks about going to your planning center online. Before you leave your ship, contact number. So if you need to give anyone who is staying home an emergency contact number to get a hold of you, they give you this number. Pack a day bag, because you won't get your luggage until the afternoon, and sometimes you won't get it before you go to dinner. So anything that's important and you need right away, pack in a day bag. So if you're gonna swim, pack your swimsuits. Any medication, any official documents, passports, IDs, any of your money, keep that in a day pack. We do backpacks, but other people do other forms of day bags. Double check your bags, make sure you have sunscreens, hat, glasses, cameras, battery, shoes, anything that you think you're gonna need. And Disney Cruise Line Navigator app is telling you to download it before you leave, because sometimes it takes a long time once you get on a ship, so please download it before you get on the ship. It is easier, quicker, and faster, and the app is fantastic. It lets you, don't forget to put it on airplane mode. This is me reminding you, put it on airplane mode. When you get on the ship, all you need is that navigator. It works with the ship, even on airplane mode. You have a way to chat on there. It has now the new navigators on there. All your activities are on there. If you want to get the Wi-Fi package, you go through there. Anything that you need, you can probably find out through the nav. And when I say that the navigator's on there now, they are giving you a paper navigator the first day, and then the rest of the time you'll have to go to guest services to get one, as of right now. Okay, here's the vacation checklist. About your luggage tags, once again, so it reminds you everything about it. Check in for your voyage. So to check in for your Disney cruise, please bring your travel documents. So you need this booklet, and you need the online check-in form that you printed. So don't forget, both of those you need. It talks about my specific port. We are going out of Port of San Diego. So it talks about make sure you keep your passports, photo IDs, driver's license, any necessary documents on you. It talks about arrive on time, and we are on board by 4 p.m. So you have to be on board before 4 p.m. or they're sailing without you, period. And it says if you should travel delays, it gives you a phone number. So if you're flying in and something happens, and then before you go, packing tips. Once again, it gives you the planning website. And it talks about, this is important because I have young kids, so it talks about how swim diapers aren't allowed in the pool, but we can use the splash zones if need be. When we went on this cruise, my little one was 3 and not potty trained, so we were in the splash zones. All right, continues on. Remember, this is an extended book, and it talks about clothing and attire and what cruise casual is, and it's no swimwear or tank tops are allowed in the dining rooms. Excuse me. It talks about pirate night. It talks about if you're dressing up or semi-formal or formal, what's the expectations. What not to pack. So it talks about prohibited items, and this is big right now in California because it is legal, but they're reminding you that you're international and going out to seas, so it is not legal. Talks about the alcohol policy and what you're allowed to carry on, and it has to be in your carry-on bags. It tells you right here. Your travel party on security system prohibits children under the age of 18 from disembarking the ship. And it talks about all the forms that you need in case you want somebody who's not in your cabin to be able to go on and off the ship with a minor. You have to fill out a form. So since my husband and I were in 2 different cabins, we had to fill out this form for the child that was not in our cabin with us. All right. Continues on to international travelers, youth activities. It talks about that a little bit. Photo package, which we did. We got a photo package, and you have to remember to bring your receipt with you. So day of disembarkment, you can pick up your USB port. Shopping. And as soon as you're on the ship, it says relax on your vacation. Check. All right, next thing is your vacation overview. So this will be my embarkment information for whatever port I'm going to, and we were out of San Diego. Always gives you some information to follow up with if this is not enough for you. It talks about the requirement documents for U.S. citizens. So these are all of what you can take with you. So the different ways that you can do it. We have a passport and we are global entry. So we have 2 checks on ours, but because we are U.S. citizens and it's Mexico bordering, you could just have the passport card, or as you know, you can use your driver's license and birth certificate. Continues on to talk about more of the embarkment information and legal permanent residence and all the documentation that you will need. It talks about Canadian citizens, and it continues to give a wealth of information on what documentation you're going to need to get on this ship. And it goes through and it gives you the address of the port we're going to, which if you are ever going out of San Diego port, they do not have on-site parking. So remember that if you're driving or have a rental car, you will have to make the reservations at another location. All right, and here's our vacation summary. It talks about our reservation number. It gives the sailing of what ship, what date, what stateroom, what category, and what port, who the guests are in your cabin, your dates again, any flight information. We were not flight. It'll tell you. Ground transportation. So if you have transfers, and then it also tells you, I think, on this website that they do not have parking at location. If you have the vacation protection plan, it'd be right here. We did not get it this time. We do 99% of the time we get the vacation protection. If not from them, we get it from another company. The prepaid gratuities. And continues with the Halloween on the high seas, and it talks about that they're gonna have a masquerade party and they trick or treat and some other things that they do for Halloween. If port adventures, if you're going on any excursions, how to plan again. Pre-reserved activities, we did not have any. And it's easy to add magic, always is. So if you want to do a spa or treats or register or have gifts or anything going to your cabin, always can do that. Continue on to our personal navigator, and it talks about up-to-date times, locations, and how to get all that information on board. Selling itinerary again, so you can see why they're paring down, because some of this is repeated information. It talks about each day, so we embark in San Diego, we go to Ensenada, and then we get off. It was a quick weekend trip. Important extras. Gratuity guidelines, and it talks about the gratuities. Now, they just upped the gratuities, so in here if it tells me the pricing, which it does, it breaks it down right here on what each person gets. This is has been increased a little bit. So it used to be $12.50 per day, it is now $13.50 per day per person. So it just talks about gratuities, and it's at your discretion, and that they appreciate it. If you buy any alcoholic beverage, it's automatically a 15% gratuity, and 18% gratuity will automatically be added to the spa and certain other personal activities. And then it just talks about how they appreciate it and thoughtful and gratuities are. You can easily prepay your gratuities. We do normally, we prepay, but that doesn't mean you can't add more to it. If you think somebody did an exceptional job, then you can add to what you already put down, and then it breaks it down. Who gets what? Oh, and it has a nice happy picture of Cinderella and a cute little girl. All right, and then they give you, let's see, ship contact information. They give you cards. So they gave us 3 cards that you can rip. You can cut this off, and then this is perforated. You can tear it off and give it to whoever is left behind. So if you have grandparents or family, sisters, brothers, whatever, that might need to get a hold of you in case of an emergency, you give them this card, and then it tells them how they can reach you by calling this number and dialing, and then you need to know what stateroom you're traveling in to get a hold of you on the ship. And that is our beautiful other side in big lettering, the phone numbers. And then it talks about cruise documents, which you should print out your online form. You need that to check in. So cruise documents and forms still talks about being able to call and get information. You completed your cruise contact online. Yay! Please remember to print and sign your online form. If you had not completed it, it will tell you to go complete it. Be sure to keep these documents handy. They're going to need it. Gifts and amenities, if you want to pre-buy any gifts or amenities. But it says you need to order at least 72 hours before. That is wrong now. They just changed it, and you no longer can order that close to it. I think it's now a week out that you have to order on it, but this is in order to order any like the blankets or coolers or water to your room, or champagne, alcoholic beverages to your room. You would fill this out and send it in, but you should already have this done now before this booklet comes. They no longer let you do it that close. Here are some of the items that you can buy. All right, moving on to Disney Cruise Line Data Protection Notice. And it talks about how they are protecting your information and how they use the information that they gain from you, because they do have a lot of information for you to travel, and how they use it in marketing. Ground transportation purchase options. So if you don't already have a way to and from to the airport, you can add it. But we were driving in, so we did not need it. Picture of a boat. And then it talks about our port. This is specific to our port. It has our address. Parking is not available at Port of San Diego. So make sure you read everything about your port. So it talks about by car how to get to the port if you're coming southbound or northbound. And you have to find your own parking. They do not help you. And that is our book and information. So here it is. Here's our book and information. This is what it looks like. And that's everything you will get in it. Now remember, this is the long version. You have two options currently to pick if you want the full booklet or an expedited booklet. This is the full booklet, but they are talking about paring it down. All right, if you have any questions at all or any comments about wonderful Mickey Mail, let me know in the comments. Until next time, bye everyone.